Jealousy's beneath you, brother. No, bite me.
Vampires, witches, love triangles, and drama. The Vampire Diaries has it all.
Hey, come here. You hurt? You okay?
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we'll be counting down the top 10 moments from The Vampire Diaries.
So I think you should stop with the flirty little comments and that eye thing that you do.
What I think?
For our countdown, we're looking at the show's most memorable moments.
You made out with his mother and then you beat him to a pulp.
From surprising relationships to shocking plot twists, to all sorts of supernatural revelations in between.
Oh, creepy.
We're focusing on the standout moments from the show's 7 seasons, but won't be including anything specific from the spin-off show, The Originals.
My sincere apologies.
Number 10, the original family is reunited.
Family above all. Family above all.
Since Klaus set foot in Mystic Falls, he brought destruction and chaos to the town.
You know, you have every right to be mad at me. But I kept my word. I reunited you with our family. Don't make me do this to you again, Elijah.
Elena and crew thought it was bad with one original around, but they had no idea how crazy it could get when the rest of the Michelson family showed up. The clan of original vampires is some of the show's best villains, and the arrival of Elijah, Rebecca, Cole, Finn, and Esther shook up the dynamics of the show and injected a new level of mythology and drama.
Do you know why I'm here?
You're here to kill me.
Never has there been such a dysfunctional, backstabbing family who are such fun to watch. So fun that the ancient vampires got their own spin-off, The Originals, which premiered in 2013.
This is us. The original family. And we remain together, always and forever.
Number 9, Catherine takes the cure.
Kicking someone while they're down. Classy till the end, Catherine.
Catherine is easily the show's best villain and one of the most delightfully wicked to watch. She's always reveled in being a vampire, so Elena forcing her to take the cure to become human in the season 4 finale was utterly brilliant. The show is known for its unpredictable twists and had the audience believing that Elena gave the cure to Stefan.
You deserve whatever you want out of life. You deserve this.
Instead, Elena shoves the cure down Catherine's throat after she tries to kill her. Turning Catherine into a human took her character into a new direction as we got to watch her struggle with her newfound humanity in season 5.
Have a nice human life, Catherine.
Number 8, Damon and Elena's motel kiss.
Why don't you let people see the good in you?
Because when people see good, they expect good.
The show may get crazy with all its twists and turns, but it never fails to deliver the steamiest, most romantic moments. There was always sexual tension between Damon and Elena, but they finally act on it toward the end of the show's 3rd season. When visiting Jeremy in Denver on a search for answers, Damon and Elena are forced to share a motel room, which of course leads to a hot and heavy makeout session. Their kiss is fraught with Elena's guilt over Stefan and her reluctance to get involved with bad boy Damon. But in the moment, it's undeniable that he's the one she wants.
Stefan thinks that I have feelings for you.
Do you?
I don't know.
Number 7, Catherine stabs John Gilbert.
It's late. You should probably come inside.
Catherine has never been afraid to shake things up and go after what she wants, and her return to Mystic Falls was no exception. After hearing stories about her all season, the audience finally sees Catherine for the first time in the season 1 finale.
You scared me.
Sorry.
We think it's Elena who makes out with Damon on the front porch, but once she goes inside, she cuts off the fingers of John Gilbert, Elena's uncle. John calls out Catherine, and we finally realize that this is Elena's doppelganger, the girl who tore the Salvatore brothers apart and who has been on the run for all her misdeeds.
Hello, John. Goodbye, John.
Number 6, Stefan is Silas's doppelganger.
Don't bother. I'm not there.
The show is complex in its mythology, and it seemed like Elena and Catherine were the only set of doppelgangers. Of course, that wasn't the case.
You were stoned. They saw you. The spell worked.
That's the funny thing about spells. They're bound by nature. Nature demands balance, so every spell has a loophole.
In the season 4 finale, the gang believes that they have defeated the season's big villain, Silas, one of the first immortal beings.
So this is finally your real face? You're another one of them?
Not exactly.
In a shocking twist, we get the last-minute reveal that not only is he still alive, but his true face is the same as Stefan's.
Hello, my shadow self.
In one of the show's best cliffhangers, Silas locks Stefan in a coffin and throws him into a river, leaving one of our heroes trapped. Number 5, Damon tells Elena, "I love you."
Try this.
I thought that was gone.
This show knows how to wrench our hearts, and Damon revealing his love for Elena does just that. He spent the first season pretending to dislike her, but every now and then we got a glimpse into his true feelings for her.
I just have to say something.
He finally tells Elena he loves her after bringing back her vervain necklace.
I love you, Elena. And it's because I love you that I can't be selfish with you.
But in true Vampire Diaries style, Damon compels her to forget his confession and tells her to be with Stefan. The show proves its excellence when Elena becomes a vampire in season 4, and all of her memories return to her, including this one.
God, I wish you didn't have to forget this. But you do.
Number 4, Elena burns down the house.
There's nothing here for me anymore, Stefan. Every inch of this house is filled with memories of the people that I love that have died.
Elena has lost a lot of people, but no one's death hits her harder than when Silas kills Jeremy. Elena couldn't deal with the guilt and grief over her brother's death, so she asks Damon to turn off her humanity in order not to feel anymore.
Just turn it off.
But instead of calming her down, her loss of humanity results in her pouring alcohol over her family home and setting it on fire.
Elena, don't do this. We can find another cover story.
This is the best one. No one will ask questions.
It's one of the most chilling, emotional moments as she says goodbye to her brother and the memories of her entire family. We see just how much she lost and how broken it left her.
What if one day, when this is all over, you want to come home again?
I won't.
Number 3, Elena and Stefan hook up for the first time.
If you walk away, it's for you, because I know what I want. Stefan, I love you.
Stefan and Elena propelled the show's first season, and Elena finding out the truth about Stefan was one of the first main mysteries. Watching the two characters dance around each other upped their romance tension and made Stefan's struggle with being a vampire that much more real. When Elena declares love for Stefan, he finally lets her see him when his face is contorted by his vampirism.
Elena, I can't.
Yes, you can. Don't hide from me.
She doesn't shy away from him, and the two of them fall into each other's arms, making one of the show's most swoon-worthy moments. This moment set off one of the show's central relationships and thrilled Stelena fans everywhere.
Not a stranger. No, I am yours.
Number 2, the sacrifice ritual.
Thank you, Elena.
Go to hell.
For most of season 2, Klaus was after Elena as he wanted to sacrifice her and drink her blood in order to break the ancient Sun Moon curse. It turned out that the curse was completely made up, and in reality, it was the hybrid curse that Klaus wanted to break.
The curse of the sun and the moon is fake. Doesn't exist.
Eventually, Klaus captures Elena along with Jules and Aunt Jenna, and ends up turning Jenna into a vampire just to kill her as part of the ritual. It was one of the most heartbreaking moments of the show, as Elena not only witnesses the death of her aunt, but Uncle John ends up sacrificing himself to bring back Elena, causing her to lose her only 2 guardians left in the same episode.
Whether you are now reading this as a human or as a vampire, I love you all the same, as I've always loved you, and always will.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I'm just stuck here fighting with my brother and taking care of the kids. You owe me big.
Wait, so when an original dies, every vampire turned from their bloodline dies along with them? Because that would mean if the originals die, so do all of you.
Sorry.
Haley, what did you do?
If you run now, you might make it out alive.
You had a nice moment on the road with a stranger, but that's all he was. A stranger.
Stranger. 2 people passing in the night.
He doesn't know the spell. Which means we don't need him. Modus.
No! No!
Number 1, Elena becomes a vampire.
Matt, look out!
Keeping Elena alive has always been the ultimate goal of the central characters. They may have kept her safe from Catherine and Klaus, and no one could have predicted that she would drown in a car crash when Matt's car tumbled off of Wickery Bridge in the Season 3 finale. This pivotal moment is interwoven with flashbacks of the fatal car accident with her parents on that very same bridge, making it one of the show's most memorable and striking sequences. Not only was Elena's death and vampirism shocking, but it completely changed the course of the show, setting the tone for darker plots and new relationships in the seasons to follow. Do you agree with our list?